Trump's victory has positioned him as a symbol of persistence of the moment. His victory has brought great joy to a large portion of the US population. However, it has also sparked concern and despair in other families. Mass deportations, high tariffs on imports as a tool of dominance against major world powers, fears of rising inflation and increasing interest rates as a result. Those are part of the pessimistic reports floating households today through many news channels. What are the estimated impacts of the Trump administration both on the nation and, more importantly, on the real estate industry? How may this administration bring you closer to or farther from your dream of buying or selling your property? And how could those measures benefit or harm your finances? That's what we will explore today here in your favorite Friday show, Beyond the Deal. So far, all the content you find here is completely free. Despite the analysis, extensive research from different resources or sources, and countless hours of work, the information is made available to you at just one click away. The only way we ask for your gratitude is through your subscription, your comments, your likes, and as you know, it's something that costs you nothing, but it can change lives, especially our lives. So let's get started. Let us begin with a brief overview of the current market conditions, so especially for buyers. Although it's a buyer's market, the current conditions of the real estate sector are not favorable for buyers or sellers. The average price of a property in the state of Florida as of the time this information was reviewed, which is November 2024, was $408,400, representing a 60% increase from the average sale price of a property in the state 5 years ago. Which is crazy, right? Well, just making like a quick parenthesis, people often do not understand why real estate investments in Florida are such a big attraction for many investors' portfolios. Well, I'm sure that if you are watching me right now and if you're paying a rent, you are maybe thinking to yourself, but things are not favorable for us renters either, just as they are not for buyers or sellers, as you're saying, Leo. You're absolutely right. There are only 25 rentals available for every 100 low-income families, and for 82% of those renters, paying rent represents more than 50% of their average monthly income. President-elect Donald J. Trump wants to address the issues that have made the real estate market inaccessible to the majority. In a press conference on August 15th last year, he stated, "We're going to open federal lands for the construction of houses. We desperately need homes for those who cannot afford one with the current market conditions." According to the National Association of Realtors, as of June 2023, there was a reported housing shortage of approximately 4 million homes. In response, Jim Tobin, President and CEO of NAR, the National Association of Realtors, commented, "It's clear that the perfect solution for this shortage is the construction of more units, which perfectly aligns with what Trump proposed in one of his press conferences." Although 2023 saw a small increase in the number of properties built nationwide, the supply still remains below current demand levels. As of September 2023, there were 1,027,000 newly constructed homes under development, representing a 2.7% increase compared to the August of the same year. Building seems to be the most straightforward and obvious solution to this crisis, and Trump fully supports this idea. However, other policies such as mass deportations could counteract the positive effect of increasing the supply of available homes. Let's now analyze how some of Trump's repeatedly proposed measures could impact the industry and therefore your wallet if you plan to buy or sell real estate in the future. Let's start with the one feared by many: mass deportations. Even through military forces, so that you know, Trump has repeatedly blamed the rise in housing prices on the overwhelming illegal immigration during the Biden administration. While this has significantly increased the rental prices in cities where those immigrants settle, the majority of undocumented immigrants are not homeowners. Therefore, if mass deportations were to occur, current property owners could continue to occupy those properties with no perceivable relief. Now, the question is, where do mass deportations affect the real estate sector? Think about this for a moment and I'm sure you will know the answer. That's right. It will impact the construction workforce and as a result, increase construction costs, which will then drive up sale prices. One solution to this issue could be to incentivize American citizens to join the construction sector. However, according to a survey, construction trades are an unpopular career choice among young American adults. Only 3% of young people aged 18 to 30 showed an interest in the field. Replacing immigrants with Americans in the construction workforce would also slow down building processes, negatively impacting the speed at which the housing supply deficit is addressed. The next measure is deregulation to increase affordability. At the end of the first presidency, Trump signed an executive order called Removing Regulatory Barriers to Affordable Housing. To understand this better, during his 2024 presidential campaign, Trump advocated for significantly reducing regulations and permits requirements that greatly increase housing construction costs for builders and therefore affect home affordability for buyers. This is a basic principle of economics. An increase in production cost for products generally leads to an increase in sale prices to maintain profit margins. On the same page, Jim Tobin, CEO of NAR, commented that reducing the regulatory burden on housing construction would indeed lower purchase costs for consumers. Putting this into numbers, approximately 24% of the cost of a house and around 41% of the cost of a multifamily unit are attributed to local, state, or federal regulatory costs. Imagine what could happen if those costs were reduced or removed. The third policy is tariffs, imposing tariffs on some of the world's major trading powers. Trump has proposed tariffs ranging from 10 to 20% on all imports, as well as rate between 60 and 100% for products from China. If we consider that imported goods like lumber will face a 10 to 20% tariff penalty, this translates into an increase in housing construction costs and, as we have already mentioned, higher expenses for buyers. Among the many measures proposed to provide relief to the housing market, Trump promised to use federal lands for the construction of homes. This will certainly contribute to increasing the supply of houses. However, what we have not considered is that the federal lands are generally located in rural areas, which are not necessarily the places where the lack of housing availability hurts the most. Instead, it's in densely populated areas or cities such as New York, San Francisco, Boston, Jersey City, Miami, or Chicago, just to name a few of them. The question is, what will happen then? Well, only time, or rather the present, will tell. Reflecting on Trump's policies reminds us of the far-reaching impact that decisions about tariffs and immigration have on key sectors like construction and housing. It's essential to question how those measures not only influence the economic but also affect opportunities and the well-being of communities. In the end, the decisions made today define the future we build together tomorrow. Now, we are out of time, and I hope that you have learned with all the information that we have shared. I hope you have got inspired by this information so that you can go and search for more and learn so that you're ready for what's gonna occur in the future. I really hope that we're gonna have a much better future than the past that we just had. And I really wish that the 2025 really makes a huge difference for your life and your family. I hope that whatever happens now between this time and the next time we meet is absolutely amazing, for you. It's really cold here. It's almost 2 a.m. So apparently that's the reason why I got kind of distracted. Make it a great day.